Call to order. Good evening, everyone. The date is April 8th. The time is 6 o'clock. And I would like to call this work session meeting of the Rochelle Park Township Committee to order. Pursuant to the Open Public Meeting Act, notice of the April 8th meeting was published on the Township website on January 7th, in the Bergen Record and Herald News on January 11th, and in the Hour Town on January 22nd. Notice of the closed session was published on April 2nd, 2026, and copies of all notices are on file with the Township Clerk and have been made available to the public. Roll call, please.
Committeewoman PG?
Here.
Committeewoman Judge Carvello?
Here.
Committeeman Smith will be absent from today's meeting. Here. Deputy Mayor Chewinski?
Here.
And Mayor Miller.
Here. Thank you so much. At this time, I'll ask for a motion to adopt resolution number 26-116, authorizing the Township Committee to enter closed session, discuss legal issues, litigation, potential litigation, contract negotiations, and attorney-client privilege matters. Topics include shared service agreement with Midland School, land acquisition, New Jersey State Firefighters Mutual Benevolent Association and United Public Service Employees Union, and professional service agreement master plan. Do I have a motion to enter closed session?
Motion.
Do I have a second? Roll call, please.
Committeewoman PG?
Yes.
Committeewoman Judge Carvello?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Chewinski?
Yes.
Mayor Miller.
Yes. All right, the Township Committee will now enter closed session for approximately 1 hour, after which we will return to public session for further action. We are now in closed session. Motion to come out of closed session.
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman PG?
Yes.
Committeewoman Judge Carvello?
Yes.
Committeeman Smith will be absent from the rest of the meeting. Deputy Mayor Chewinski?
Yes.
And Mayor Miller.
Yes. Please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now, a moment of silence for our U.S. military. Thank you. You may be seated. All right. Is there any correspondence to be read into the record?
None, Mayor.
Wonderful. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the public session of March 25th, 2026? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman PG?
Yes.
Committeewoman Judge Carvello?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Chewinski?
Yes.
Mayor Miller.
Yes. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion.
Have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman PG?
Yes.
Committeewoman Judge Carvello?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Chewinski?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes. Is there any new business from anyone tonight? Thank you so much. Moving right along. Our next item is the introduction of Ordinance 1266-26, entitled 2026 Ordinance to exceed the municipal budget cost of living allowance and to establish cap bank. This ordinance allows the township to increase the budget beyond the standard cap in accordance with state law. May I have a motion to introduce ordinance number 1266-26?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman PG?
Yes.
Committeewoman Judge Carvello?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Chewinski?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes.
I have to read my little...
Please.
Notice is hereby given that ordinance 1266-26 was introduced and passed on first reading at a meeting of the Township Committee of Rochelle Park held today, April 8th, and order published in accordance with the law. Said ordinance will be considered for final reading and adoption at a meeting held on April 22nd at 7 p.m. in the Township of Rochelle Park Municipal Building, at which time all persons interested will be given an opportunity to be heard concerning such ordinance. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you so much. All right, our next item is the adoption of ordinance number 1264-26, amendment of Chapter 150A, property rental. This ordinance establishes a minimum rental term of 6 months for residential properties. May I have a motion to open this to the public for any questions regarding this ordinance?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman PG?
Yes.
Committeewoman Judge Carvello?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Chewinski?
Yes.
Mayor Miller.
Yes. All right, public hearing is now open. Please state your name and address for the record. Seeing or hearing no further comments, may I have a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion.
Have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman PG?
Yes.
Committeewoman Judge Carvello?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Chewinski?
Yes.
Mayor Miller.
Yes. All right, may I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 1264-26.
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Pucci?
Yes.
Committeewoman Joseph.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Chwinsky?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes. Thank you so much. Up next is the introduction of the 2026 municipal budgets. Roy and Andrew, can you come up to the microphone?
No.
Thanks for being here, gentlemen. Can you guys please introduce yourselves as well?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Andrew Ferretti. I'm the Township Auditor.
Roy Rigatano, the CFO for Rochelle Park. So this evening, law requires on introduction only to introduce the budget. The procedure is basically, I'll give you a quick overview for the public. The budgets will be available tomorrow for public to review. The public will have their say at a public hearing at the next meeting, which is, I believe, May 13th. At that time, Andrew and I will present a PowerPoint presentation, as we've done in the past, showing the increases, and in this case, some of the decreases. What's very different this year than ever before of my years doing this is you will see in the newspaper there's only been maybe 3 or 4 towns that have introduced. And the reason is, just like here, we had a very difficult time getting the budget into the appropriation levy, which is by law required before we can come to you as a whole to review and make recommendations between now and adoption. So with that, the procedure is the introduction, which we presume this evening. That budget then is sent down to the Division of Local Government Services, in which they will review the budget. And for the past 3 years has been scrutinized in detail, anywhere from the annual financial statements, the annual debt statements, the grants, etc. That's where Andrew and I come in. We will answer those questions to the division, and at that time they will give us an approval, which we can then proceed with the amendment if need be. I know there are some committee people who want to review the budget even further, and then hopefully adopt that date. That is the procedure in New Jersey for the budget process. The budget this year, as I said, when we started, this budget has been cut already $430,000. And that was a tough thing to do without touching personnel. So I know the entire Township Committee, they were very concerned about public safety, number one, which would be for everyone. And we were able to get into those levy situations where there were no cuts. Andrew, anything you have?
No, again, just to reiterate what Roy said, when you're introducing a budget, you have to be within both the tax cap and the appropriation cap. This budget is in accordance with that. The state is very strict when it comes to anticipating revenues, in that you can't anticipate revenues in addition to what you realized in the prior year. And again, this budget is it's meeting those state requirements.
Any specific questions you want me to answer?
Why don't we just start with the numbers for the
Okay.
public and for us to hear out loud from you all?
Okay, so on the municipal side of the budget right now, as you know, you had the reval. So before we even started with the municipal side or the township budget, we were at 325 on a house increase. That was done a couple months ago with the reval company. It was state ordered through the court, so we had no recourse but to move forward with the reval. The actual increase that you're responsible for, if I may, is $160 right now on introduction. So that total would be $485 on a household, with the assessment of roughly $551,000. Those are the numbers right now. And I just want the public to know, we have met numerous times with the committee on this budget, on intro. And the toughest part was just getting to the levy, and we're here at this time.
Thank you. Any questions for Roy and Andrew? Please, go ahead.
I have a question for this. People understand that we're still working on these numbers to bring.
Oh, yeah, this is not final. I know the mayor wants to meet a couple more times, review it again, see if there's any more cuts in that budget without touching personnel. Review the revenue side of the budget as well. And we here can do nothing except get your vote because it's your budget, so we can only present to you the facts. That's where we are now. So yes, you can amend and adopt that evening.
So, Roy, the biggest increase that I'm seeing on this budget is healthcare. Am I correct?
Yes.
And that's increased by, from what I have, 37%.
Yes. So the major increase, spot on. Where are you at? Yeah, right, 23% was the increase on the group insurance. What was the other big number? The pension system was also up 13%. So I wanted to reiterate, these major increases of this budget, you have no say in. These are state mandates. Go ahead.
Because the health benefits are affecting each municipality in the state, all the Board of Educations in the state. So this isn't just a specific increase to the Township of Rochelle Park when it comes to the health benefits. This is a statewide issue in balancing these budgets.
And the final comment, you're one of few towns that can introduce right now by meeting the law of the levy for the budget levy itself. We're it, so thank goodness for that.
And also the ratables, we have a difference with the ratables is under their evaluation.
So the reval skews the ratables. The ratables did not go down. They are actually up. But it is skewed with the reval, so you can't really compare from last year to this year. But I could tell you, Andrew, in detail, it did go up quite a bit.
Your ratables are now 1.5 billion compared to 963 million prior to the reval. So there was a significant increase in the assessed values throughout the town. And when you do the reval, what can potentially happen is there can be a shift in the assessed value of the properties from commercial to residential. So then, and your shift was approximately 6% between commercial properties and residential, meaning the residential portion of your assessed values increased by 6% more. So then what happens then is the residential, the homeowner ends up bearing a little more of the tax burden as a result of the shift in the assessed values from commercial to residential.
And it's probably important to note that that probably is true of any town in Bergen County, if not the state of New Jersey, that had to undergo a reevaluation, because everybody knows when just looking at the newspaper that residential properties have significantly increased in value, while commercial properties either were stagnant or maybe even declined a little.
Yes, and again, that isn't an issue specific to the Township of Rochelle Park. That's statewide.
Thank you, guys. I just want to read some fast facts just for my knowledge, and just correct me if I'm wrong. We've gone over all this, but so appropriations for 2025 were about 15.8 million, and right now for 2026 we're about 16.9 million. And the largest increases in spending are coming from approximately about $500,000 in contractual salary obligations, approximately $500,000 in employee group health insurance, and $161,000 in pension contributions, right?
Correct.
And we're using $1.9 million from surplus, which is currently at $3.9 million to support this budget. But even with that, the average household tax increase is still $485. So that leaves approximately $2 million in surplus going into this introductory budget, all right? And that same $1.9 million from surplus resulted in only a $17 increase last year. But of that $485 increase, approximately $325 is attributed to the reval.
Yes.
And that $485 increase represents a tax increase of 12.88%. But
Yes.
the reval is 8.6% of that 12.88.
That is absolutely correct.
Okay. So this township committee has a big decision to make. As Roy mentioned, this is just an introductory. We can adjust this number before we adopt. So we have to decide, are we going to deliver a nearly 13% tax increase to our residents? Are we going to offset more of that using surplus? And if we do use additional surplus, are we prepared to commit to a long-term solution, such as shared services, and evaluating the consolidation of positions within our municipality to reduce the burden not just this year, but going forward? So I just want to hear from my colleagues on this.
Well, I'll jump in on that.
Thank you.
I think it's prudent on our part, and I know I'm looking at this as clear as I can, clear eyes, to look at whatever options are available out there for this township, for shared services, for the ability to, purchasing power with other townships, whatever we can look at that can offer something more to our revenue and our budget. It was very clear to us when we did the reeval that our commercial sector is hurting us, and that we need to bring that up. That's our, in my opinion, that's one of our long-term solutions as well, is development. We have development that is kind of went stagnant across the way, and that can't happen in the rest of the town. We need a master plan that's going to work for us, and we need developers that are going to work for the township and going to do right by us. And we got to hold them accountable to what we need. There's not much more that I can see that look at other than, we're looking at a couple different ends, right? But that's, without doing our due diligence, we're not doing the township we're not working for the township up here. That's the way I feel anyway. I mean, I've been living here since 1988, and I've seen the changes. I've seen some of the changes. I haven't lived here as long as some of us over there, but I've seen the changes. I've seen some changes in demands and in the times. And I think this whole state is headed into a shared service, into shared services. I mean, we have to. The state is dying without doing it. We're headed that way. Whether we like it or not, we have to figure out the best path to get there. So that's all I have.
I agree. I agree. I think as long as the shared services are still giving the same level of service to the residents, I don't see an issue. And it's saving us money, and it's saving the residents money, and not putting the burden on the residents further. I think that's the way we have to start looking forward to same level of service, not costing us more, less burden on the township and the residents. It's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah.
So I'm for that.
Thank you so much. Anything on that?
So could you read your last statement again, Tom, please?
No, just about, if we take more money from surplus, which will probably be the most money we've probably taken from surplus ever, that we explore, if we're going to do that we take a serious look at shared services and consolidating positions within the municipality.
Yes.
Okay.
How's that? Yeah. I mean, that's the simplest answer.
Yeah.
I can sit here and explain it and go through everything. That's the simplest answer that can be given. You know, do I think that we have to worry about going down with ratables? Yeah, we do. Do I believe we have to do smart building? Yeah, I believe we do. And hopefully the master plan will help us with that also going forward.
Thank
Well, let's
you.
see, I do want to say that I think we're going to take a real good, a little bit harder look at this too before we decide to look at surplus. That's just my opinion.
Right. Yep. Wonderful. So with that being said, can I have a motion to authorize our township administrator to research shared service opportunities for the township of Rochelle Park and bring back all that research to this governing body?
Motion?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Peachy?
Yes.
Committeewoman Judge Covello?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Chewinski?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes. Yes, thank you. All right. Before we formally introduce this budget, I also do want to inform the public that we are pursuing approximately $400,000 in summons-related revenue from the developer at 120 West Passaic Street. That being said, do I have a motion to introduce the 2026 municipal budget?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Peachy?
Yes.
Committeewoman Judge Covello?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Chewinski?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right. All right, it's time for my favorite part of the meeting. Can I have a motion to open to public comments?
Motion.
Do I have a second? Second. Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Peachy?
Yes.
Committeewoman Judge Covello?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Chewinski?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Mayor Mill?
Yes. All righty. We are open. Public comments open. Please state your name and address for the record. You have 5 minutes, and you are limited to one speaking opportunity.
Hi, Michael Warren, 91 West Wilbur Street. Thanks for the presentation from Roy and Andrew. Just be careful of what you cut, but, I've been up there when there's been $100 tax increases and then $20 and $17, and it all sounds good, but it bit me in the ass in the end. I'm paying $2,100 more because of the reval. For me personally, I'd rather see a $100 increase every year than a $21 increase every year, or each time there's a reevaluation. And then, because we have to make up for so many things like health insurance and pension, maybe look at health insurance, maybe teaming up with other towns. I know you're in a JIP or something, but maybe there's an alternative, I don't know, but maybe that's something that's part of the administrators do. I have a question, totally unrelated to that. Does the township have a policy in regards to how long a resident should wait for an email back from an employee?
That's great.
It's a great question. I don't believe such policy exists.
Because I've been waiting now 3 days. I emailed the employee. Either they ignored the email, and I'm not sure if they ignored it, but I did get an email from them promoting some merchandise or store that they're putting out there for autism awareness. So either they sent the email and skipped mine, but I haven't heard back. I know at my job, when a parent emails, I have 24 hours to respond. That's the policy of the Board of Education. So I just wonder if we had the same policy here.
It's a great question. I mean, you are a department head, so, that...
I'm also a resident.
Absolutely.
I was here, and I was reaching out to an employee who helped out last year for Arbor Day, and now there's a completely ghosted email, and I'm not quite sure what the issue is, but the email should just be yes or no. We are willing to help out again this year, but there's been no response.
If you don't mind, please send a follow-up email and CC myself, Ms. Kim.
Who does the police up here?
I do. I am.
Is that something you think is appropriate?
It's very inappropriate that you were not answered.
Yeah.
This needs to
3 days.
be looked at.
Okay.
In my opinion, just making sure that he did get it and it.
I checked, so you guys know me by now. The email I
And
received
he's not
the
aware.
next day about autism awareness, I checked the email it came from, and I went back to the one I sent. It's the same one, so I'm just curious. I've never had this issue before, but maybe after comments I made at the last meeting, maybe hurt people's feelings, I don't know, about shared services. That's not right either.
Right.
So I don't want to speculate. I just want to know if you have a policy or if you might want to consider one. Thank you.
Thank you. And please, if you send a follow-up email, please CC Ms. Judge Corbello on that as well.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much. You know, I mentioned Ms. Cameron. Oh, and the township administrator, obviously, as well. Thank you.
Diane Vanessa, Forest Place, Central Park. Mine is just a simple announcement. Most of you are aware of this, but the Welcome Committee will be meeting next week to do bags again. We have over 35, I was thinking of all this when they gave their talk about residents. We have 35 home purchases that we're going to be collecting bags to, and there's 10 people in the condos complex also. So that's a big turnover in a few months.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Since January.
Since January? Wow, that's
So I
quite a bit.
good or bad that we have a turnover, but it's 35 people are moving, and let me tell you, looking at the prices that houses sold for, and that's pre-rebound, people are spending a lot of money to move into commercial apartments. But anyway.
Thank you, Diane.
I'll thank the committee who's helping me, definitely.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Linda Bonface, 33 Parkway. The budget we introduced, you know you can't change it by 10% or you have to reintroduce it.
Yes. No, I appreciate you bringing that up. Thank you.
Tonight, the budget was introduced. Township's in a tough spot. One thing that I cannot stand is wasting taxpayer money. When the pump station plaque was ordered, 18 by 18 bronze casting at a cost of $2,295. And what made me more pissed off was the funding came out of a bond. Something to add to this, it was ordered on July 18, 2025. The Township Committee discussed November 25, putting the bid out for the pump station. And the bid was open, it was December 11th. I put partial blame on the previous administrator, who didn't shut this charade down. Teresa, this has you written all
Just
over.
direct all your comments to the chair, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Teresa, this has you written all over it. Where's your fiscal responsibility? You have voted for more tax increases in this town. Teresa, you wanted your name on it as mayor? Now you need to reimburse the township. You can take it home and hang it there, because it's useless now. Do you really care about the residents? I believe you don't. It's all about you. I'm tired of seeing jackets on people, phones, this and that. We're 1 mile square. We're 1 mile square. I still got time, right?
You have 3 minutes.
I'm gonna go after you at every meeting to reimburse the town for that plaque, because that had you written all over. Thank you.
Anybody else?
I'm 117 West Walker Street. A couple of things. Number one, what is the protocol for an organization
I can't hear.
when they hold an event and pictures are taken? Do we have to get waivers signed by people? What is the protocol for that, so we know going forward that we're not violating anyone's rights? Second, April 23rd from 6 to 8 is our ice cream social down at Carlock Field, Alton Hall. And number 3, does the town have an ordinance about landscapers blowing the debris off of a resident's property into the street? If not, I think we need to enforce one, because 3 separate occasions, I've seen landscapers blowing the debris into the street. Twice, I've been hit with the debris. And it happened as late as today, this morning, on the corner of Oldest and Rochelle. Someone was blowing, because you had 2 landscapers, and they parked on the corners. So that being said, you can only get 1 vehicle off of Oldest Street onto Rochelle Avenue. As they were blowing, and we all know they use those high-power blowers, so it's more powerful than one of the residential ones, the debris hit me in the face. Now, if I were to jump the curb and hit a resident, I'd be liable. But yet, it wasn't my fault that something hit my face. So you might want to think about coming up with an ordinance and regulating the landscapers and the use of blowers in town.
Walter, before you go, do you know what time of the day and what day of the week that was?
It was early afternoon today. There was a corner of Oldest and Rochelle. One of the landscaping trucks said Farrington on it. Whether that was the landscape, I do not know. But I do know that a police vehicle has to be aware of it, because as I was coming down my street, a police vehicle came charging around the corner off of Grand up West Oldest, going over 25 miles per hour, and went up the street. So I know they had to see. And in years past, the response that we would have gotten would be, well, call headquarters. Let them know. Well, by the time I call headquarters, the landscaper could be gone. That's why we need to have something in writing to prevent this from happening.
Thank you, Walter. We'll definitely notify code enforcement regarding this incident, see what we have on the books as well. Just regarding a few of your other comments, please send us the flyer. I'm not sure if the library's making it.
The library made, I sent it, but Michaela said she didn't get it. I have to try and send it.
Okay, so then we can get that up on the township social media. Regarding waivers, and this is a great point, and we should provide you as well as Mr. Warren, who's hosting the Arbor Day events, those waivers, so that if you do take pictures and young people are in the images, that their parents can sign off, so that they can then be put on township social media. So we'll have our township clerk send those waivers to our department heads before these great events happen in our community. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Listen.
Bob Davidson, Lexington Avenue. Listen, I recognize the fact that you guys have a hard job here, especially with the budget this year. One of the things which is completely out of your hands, we're talking about $485, is that what I heard? Okay. We have no idea what the number's going to be with the school. We could be looking at $1,000 increase per household. I'm going to say this can be very unpopular. You sitting up there receive a salary. I'm not saying that you don't deserve it. I think you need to see to follow through with the payment too. And the whole thing is, it may not be all your faults. There are previous administrations that have been here that has had something to do with where we are today. But the way I look at it, somehow or another, you as leaders need to show, somehow or another, that you mean business, and at least let the taxpayers themselves understand the fact that you're willing to make a sacrifice yourself. That's only one area. I could go with others. I'll be more than happy to hear what your plans are for the future at the next meeting. But I needed to say that. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Davidson. You know, I think that this came up at a previous meeting. You know, this was all before we came on, but I find it, you know, very fascinating that this revaluation was delayed 5 years. It was supposed to happen in 2020. and it did not happen until 2025, and I can't understand why that delay occurred. I've heard the reasons, digital tax maps. I just don't see how that would necessitate a 5-year delay. But thank you so much for raising that, Mr. Davidson. Anybody else? All right. Hearing or seeing no one, can I have a motion to close public comment?
I'll make the motion.
Have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. And I think, we should absolutely note that our priority is getting this pump station done. It's not about plaques. It's about getting that project done and celebrating that project. All right. Once it's completed.
Well, it's also initiation of the plaque. Council, can you explain about the plaques? If there's any time limit or time on this?
Well, plaques are typical in major capital projects. Most communities, school boards, and public entities have a plaque for any major capital project. In this case, I would have to believe that when the plaque was ordered, that it came before the governing body and it was approved on the payment of claims or as a purchase order or whatever. So the entire governing body approved the purchase of the plaque, which again is not unusual for a fact. It's not that it's not unusual. It's very common with respect to capital projects, major capital projects, which this pump station is.
Thank you so much. Let's
And why are we having yelling at the
let's
audience, please?
let's move right along. Thank you. Let voices down from the public. We just closed public
I am not
comment.
being insulted by anybody in the audience. If they're going to continue to do that.
I'm literally trying to transition us forward. I don't need to be interrupted either. Thank you so much. Let's move on to consent agenda. All items listed are considered routine and non-controversial and will be approved by one motion unless requested otherwise. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committee Woman PG?
Yes.
Committee Woman Judge Covello?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Chewinski?
Yes.
Mayor Miller?
Yes. The next meeting will be held on Wednesday, April 22nd at 7 p.m. Do I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much. This meeting is adjourned.